Welcome back to the channel, good friends. Brian from Apex Detail. Today we are going to showcase and review yet another graphene coating. And when I did the IGL F4 graphene all-in-one review and showcase last year, I did mention I believed graphene would be taking over SiO2 when it comes to protection for your car, truck, or motorcycle within a few years. Guys, it may not take that long. Today we're going to showcase and review the Ethos Graphene Matrix Coating. I have a candidate back here waiting for the protection. Let's get right into it. Ethos Graphene Matrix Coating. $99 for the kit. Includes a 30 milliliter bottle, and all the pre-orders will ship the first week of July. I'm using my own equipment here, but the kit includes the 30 milliliter bottle, the detox, the applicator, and microfibers. This is a 5-year coating, can be applied to paint, glass, plastics, and wheels. Protection against fading, oxidation, UV rays, bug etching, and water spots. Today we are working on and protecting a brand new Mustang Bullitt. We have the paint perfected, prepared properly. If you want to do it yourself, guys, you want to prepare the vehicle, the surface you're protecting. You want to wash, clay, decontaminate it, use an iron remover, at least a one-step, a cleaner polish. Even if you have to do it by hands, guys, as I mentioned many times before, it's better than nothing. You will get the most out of it. When it comes to prep and maintenance, that's going to determine just how far your coating will go. Some things I'm noticing right away. It doesn't feel like I'm spreading out a 5-year product, not viscous and thick and molasses-like. That is similar to a lot of the 5-year coatings, 5-year plus coatings available. It feels like I'm applying a good entry-level coating. It's that easy. Same goes to wiping it off. It doesn't feel like I'm spreading molasses and some thick viscous formula on the surface and then wiping it off. So that's huge. So if it does last like a 5+ year coating, that's absolutely a game changer in my book. Also, noticing the rainbow effect that you would see when you're laying down an SiO2 coating as it's starting to bond to the surface. It's the first time I've noticed that with a graphene coating, and I'm seeing that right away. So that's it should come across in the camera as well. While doing a bit of research before application, I did notice the mention of the surface after cured having a high shear angle, which helps it shed water. Then that should help with water spotting, etching, and staining as well. It also makes it a lot safer, this coating does, to lightly clay and polish if you need to make any repairs possible. Those new to coatings, a 30 milliliter bottle is more than enough for 2 coats on a full-size vehicle. Cure time is affected by temperature and humidity, just like any other SiO2 coatings. They want you to work a 3x3 section at a time, doing the crisscross pattern that I mentioned earlier. Let it dwell on the surface for about 2-3 minutes before you wipe off. Give it a chance. It takes maybe a little bit longer for the molecules to bond to the surface. And when you use the 2-towel method to wipe it off, let the first one grab about 80% of the product. Follow up with the second towel and buff to perfection. Let the coating dry. Cure time, at least 24 hours before allowing it to get wet. The longer it stays dry as it cures, the better. and it will continue to cure for the next 5 days. It normally cures about 85% within the first 24 hours, and then that last 15% is quite slow. You can wash the car after about a week's time. It will not take you long to get around the car and apply this product. But when you do, and I don't know if it's showing through the camera, but this thing looks absolutely fantastic. There's no doubt about it. So far, these graphene coatings have impressed me, especially with the look, the ease of application, and the short-term chemical resistance I've seen so far. When it comes to long-term durability, there's only one way I can pass that information on to you guys, and that's by letting time go by, letting Mother Nature do its thing, and then keeping tabs on these vehicles as they come back for maintenance. All right, let's jump over to a test panel. I'm going to prep that just like I would the car. Oh, by the way, I would like to mention I use the same test panel, so I have a constant, and that helps with getting good results with each of these coatings. And when I remove the previous coating before the new test, normally I could just compound the crap of out of an SiO2 coating to remove it. With these graphene coatings, I'm having to use 3000 grit sandpaper. All right, let's get it applied to the little test area I have masked off here, and maybe you can even see application better on this panel with the shop light in front of us here. That's all there is to it. All we have to do now is just simply let it cure. And a minimum of 24 hours is best. It's over 24 hours till I get back to the panel. But right away, I notice the slickness. You'll see that block just take right off where the other one's sticking to the bare, naked clear coat. Before I forget, guys, while I show you here some more of the coating and prepare it to take outside and beat it up a little bit with some chemicals, I wanted to ask you, a good friend of mine mentioned maybe opening a Facebook group where I can answer your questions and invite all you guys if you want to. On there, you can actually even then take pictures and videos of problems you're having, and I can see much better than a lot of the other platforms the troubles you could be running into, so I can help you better. If that's something that interests you, let me know down in the comments section, and we'll get something going and invite you guys all in. Even though I'm in the cold, crappy Northeast, I always have you guys in my thoughts down there in really hot, warm, humid sections. So we bring the temperature up to about 225 degrees in a pinpointed area. We'll keep an eye on that. And I also did that silly torch test. Nothing holds up to that guys. You'll see that on the silly Facebook ads they have running. When you see products on Facebook, for the most part, guys, run like hell. After having read that the coating does have a high surface tension when it comes to beading and water repellency, I was eager to see that in person, and indeed, it is impressive. Always best to have sheeting, especially if you're in an area where I am, where water is just absolutely uh, hard and just packed with minerals. But if it's going to bead, something like this is best. Just dry your car with a leaf blower or a Metrovac or something like that, and you are good to go. So let's beat it up with some chemicals. These coatings always boast about having incredible chemical resistance between 2 and 12, between 2 and 14. I've seen all sorts of claims. When it comes to the Citral 266 here, which I use for a lot of jobs in the shop, you can just see it laughs at it. It just beads it like it does water, and there's that telltale sign that the blowtorch section failed. However, in the middle where we did raise that pinpointed area up to 225 degrees with the heat gun, no problems at all. And it's having no problems at all with the chemicals either. Yes, guys, this is gasoline, and going just short of lighting this damn panel on fire to test these coatings. That's as far as I'll go. This is no F11 commercial, guys. We're going to keep safety in mind here. So I'll bring you in close, and you can see what 94 octane does to this graphene coating. No problems whatsoever. And keep in mind, these chemicals are going to be back to back to back because we're going to add thinner, once again, mineral spirits. By the way, it was mentioned to me to maybe do some more higher quality videos, doing more editing, adding music. To me, guys, it doesn't feel organic if I do that. I want these videos to feel like you're standing right next to me and we're having a conversation about the product. I don't want it to feel like a Walmart commercial. Let me know down in the comments section what you feel about that. I just think it's a distraction, me personally. Once again, successful fighting off the chemical. I do want to show you before we end this video that these chemicals do take a toll on these coatings. They're not impervious. They're still going to scratch. They're still going to etch. They're still going to wear down over time. And after these three chemicals, we had a few points drop when it comes to gloss. I just wanted to show you that. That will bring us to the final thought segment of the video, the Ethos Graphene Matrix Coating. Before we rate it, we could talk about a few things: application and removal. Getting the product from the bottle to the car, it doesn't get much easier. It's pretty much on the level of an entry-level coating. And that's the first I've had the experience of a product like this being that easy to apply. So now they're getting easier to apply. What we want to look for is the price to come down, for them to become more readily available, and for me to actually get some cars back in the near future and see how these are holding up. They do seem to be very chemical resistant, which is huge. The gloss is off the charts. The slickness is also off the charts. I'm loving everything about it so far. I just have to hold judgment, true judgment, for probably a year or two till I get some of these cars back on a regular basis and I see how Mother Nature is treating them and how they hold up. So, because of all of that mentioned, I'm going to rate it an impressive because it has been impressing me. I love the coating, guys. There's no doubt about it, but I can't go any higher than that when it comes to a rating with these. Just because the sheer fact that I have to wait to see how durable they are. Everything so far is 2 thumbs up. If you have any questions, don't hesitate. I'll put a link down below for the graphene coating here from Ethos. I'll catch you guys in the next video.